Let's get our players going. Let's see what happens. GLHF being called. I wonder if we see some aggression at any point of this series now. Because we really have just been seeing hatch gas pool, hatch gas pool, hatch gas pool. We really haven't seen anything like a 12 pool, like a 13-12. These guys have been very macro-oriented, macro-focused, and not, not really kind of aggressive, micro-focused, aggressive early in the game at all. As do you have to the bottom right-hand side, our Blue Zerg player, give it up for Namshar. And the top left, the youngster, the 15-year-old in the top left, Prophecy Esports player, Reynor. Getting one of this best of 5 as we set on up. Again, I'd like to thank all of the players that took part. All of you guys that have watched here throughout the week on the WardiTV Christmas Invitational. Apologies as well for obviously the kind of the really shitty scenario that that came up on Tuesday, where we were meant to cast both groups B and C, but we had internet issues all day, and so we really kind of got ourselves into a bit of a shitty scenario where we just weren't able to make anything happen. A real shame. Okay, I'm actually kind of sad about it. It makes me like a little bit like sad faced, you know. But anyways, we will cast those matches we missed from groups B and C from replays. I know it's not ideal, but it does give us another day of content at least. It means if you guys do want to see the games, you will get to see the games. Well, you can probably expect that a day or two after Christmas. 26th or the 27th or so, something around then is probably when we're going to cast those. If you're looking for any of the Group B or Group C games, and if you're interested in those results, etc. Namshar is not an active player. Namshar's full time. He's playing all the time. Of course he's active. I'm actually intrigued because Reynor's been playing so well in ZvZ lately, and he keeps coming up with some of these really intriguing builds here and there, so could be pretty intriguing to see what happens. Just as we have a passive startup. Actually, I say passive startup, Reynor's bypassing link speed, so that's interesting to think about. Obviously, bypassing link speed goes straight into a Roach or an Evo chamber is a possibility. A much later third hatchery, but obviously a much faster Roach setup, so it kind of, you know, there's different ways to play it out from there, and there's going to be a laugh now from Reynor, so probably again the Roach or an Evo chamber fairly soon. This is a way to sort of just set up here. Couple of lings, going to take some more hits, and I'm sure just try and pick up info. He's going to try and get around, but he doesn't really see anything to give it away, obviously, and doesn't know exactly what this is yet. He just saw the lack of a third hatch, which is probably what he's a bit concerned about. So he's trying to hunt down maybe even just like a stack of lings being hidden away behind the mineral line and stuff. Things like that is some of the little things that he could be looking for here in these early stages. So we're seeing the Roach and Evo. There it is, coming on down. I think Namshar does see that now, right? So pushing forwards, yeah, he gets that confirmation. So now he has a pretty good idea of how Reynor has opened here in the early stages of game number 1. You see that +1 missile attack is continuing coming through. A couple of extractors being built up on the natural. We're going to see this drone is behind the mineral line as well. Is he going to put down like a spire or something? It would kind of make kind of sense just because of what else are you going to build right now. So yeah, kind of the roaches into haha, tricked you, it's a bunch of mutalisks play. Reynor has been able to use mutas here and there. Well, so is Namshar, of course, today, and so it could be interesting if they do end up kind of muta versus muta at some point. But the way they go into mutas is kind of very different because of just when they do it and so on, so it'd be very weird to actually see muta versus muta come up. As Namshar starts his own +1 missile attack, and well, again, so far so good for the macro game, but still no third hatch from Reynor because of how much tech he's investing into here over the next few minutes. Lara's starting up for Namshar and just getting itself going here. The Roach coming in behind the natural mineral line, and we are going to be seeing that spire also about to finish with no information on it from Namshar. Now, he doesn't have a lair to morph an overseer to jump in and scout. He can't get enough of the lings because it's a full wall off. There's no real way for him to pick this up, and obviously for him, he just sees Roach speed, he sees +1 upgrading because he sees those buildings wiggling, so he knows that those are upgrading. So obviously he can't really make any sort of tell Apart from maybe a lack of roaches, but obviously he doesn't know if they're just being hidden behind to hide their numbers or what, or whether they don't actually exist at all, so it's a tough one. 6 meters on the way up from Reynor. Obviously it's not a ton of meters because he's only on 2 bases, and obviously he's also in this situation where he has +1 invested into, you know, he's got roach speed invested into, so those are all gas kind of things that cost gas that really do affect him here. As you see, the +1 missiles finishing up, and Heidel is dead. He's on the way up here, coming up to being about halfway done. And someone's running up the right-hand side. So Feeling is at the right-hand side, and now we see some roaches down the left, coming alongside the middle is actually. Well, a couple of queens are gathering together as a defense from Namshar. He throws down another creature to help kind of connect the third base up. It looks as though Namshar will be able to deflect this rather easily. Very successful so far. Again, his current biggest issue is probably the fact that these meters are going to start picking up a whole bunch of these overlords. He actually gets a queen up here though, Namshar, picking off that as it was trying to hunt down an overlord in the upper right. And we're grabbing a drone, and again a few slow seconds. I'll just continue to work their way through a few more of these speedier ones again. Meters from Reynor coming back down towards the bottom right all over again, going to move in towards this mineral line, and well, there's a spore crawler on the way up from Namshar once again here, and we are just going to be seeing the overlord picked off once more amongst all of this. And those queens from Namshar are going to be coming up, and again just trying to do a little bit. He's going to push the meters all the way down towards the south side. And, well, again, the meters just looking for bits and pieces, and they are starting to find some openings, so Reynor was getting something out of them. And he did go into that fast hydrogen into the lurkers behind this, so setting himself up for that follow-up, which we've seen a lot of with the fast meters lately. And that's what we're seeing once again this time. Look at Den now drops from Namshar, so he's not too far behind on his own lurkers, and obviously that lurker versus lurker sort of situation in the game is something that can definitely become a little bit interesting at times. Something that we see every now and then, and it does put you into kind of a bit of an odd spot. And we've seen those meters moving away in towards the main base, 5 of them. Still just looking to see where they can go, and we see a few more hydras coming up as well. Still +2 missile attack on the way. Moscow opens as well. Look at Dan. These bits and pieces as neither player really going to be aggressive into the other for now. And this could be one of those ZvZs that does go, you know, kind of the distance, does go long term. A few meters pull over to the right, we see a few lings going to sit over here as well, and also some more roaches coming over the left hand side with the lurkers and ravagers. So Reynor going to go be the first kind of guy to really be aggressive past the meters. You see the meters actually do see the lurker in here, a couple of hydras and the queen pushes those meters away to the point where he even kills one, what was nice. Down to just 4 meters now, the point where really 4 meters, they're not going to do too much. Oh, running into this here. I'm not sure if I like that from Namshar. He makes a little bit of a mistake losing a Ravager very quickly. His own lurkers aren't ready just yet, right? So now Reynor's going to be able to zone him out. He's actually got so many hydras. They're going to be very squishy if they end up running towards the lurkers, as that's going to be a dead third base. Reynor pouncing on this opportunity, just a slightly faster lurkers, already giving him the chance to create positions and create chances to fight. I don't think you should fight this though without the help of your lurkers. Pushing into this many hydras obviously is not a beautiful idea at all. So let's be a bit cautious about that. Bottom left there is a hatchery as well, which I just don't think he knows about yet. And without that information, he's not going to go and deny it, which obviously he so easily could do. Which is a little bit of a shame. You see the roaches and ravagers back into the center. A couple of crossbow bars coming down. We do see those lurkers just setting up. A couple of ravagers going to be picked off here. We are going to see those lurkers dropping down as well. And again, just continuing to set on up. It's a bit of a weird fight actually, as Reynor just wins out on the south side. Namshar's kind of running through the north back in towards his own base, but like he's running up a ramp and he's getting surrounded as well. I think Reynor's just completely crushed him here in his first game in the end. His position on the lurkers has put him into a good spot, and from there was a great positional play, and Reynor is just going to push in towards the natural to clean up game number 1. Reynor is still undefeated here this evening so far, wrapping up game 1 in just less than 10 minutes. Just as we maybe thought we were perhaps going to get it. Currently down a game as our Blues give it up if you're cheering on Namshar. And to the upper right hand side, the red Zerg player from Prophecy Esports is Reynor. He's on an absolute roll in terms of ZvZ at the moment. I mean, we're talking about, what, 6-0 this evening against Bly, TLO, and now Namshar. It's very well. I wonder how good Reynor is on the league like in terms of like ZvZ. I really feel like ZvZ must be his strongest matchup because I feel as though he's the player who does definitely. I just feel as though I see a lot of ZvZ. It's actually his weakest matchup. Wow, really? No, it isn't. Oh, that's just run rates, okay. No, it is his strongest matchup, currently sat at something like... First thing disappears on this match in chat. Yeah, why isn't he simple? 2235, so his rating is 2235 and his other ratings are like 2.1. So ZvZ is definitely his best. Put that into perspective with kind of what a league like ranks thing is at. Neeb's like 2.5k rating, so I'm obviously not expecting Reynor to be up there. He really does just have like the sickest ZvZ games, it seems like a lot of the time. Just it really seems so solid and barely losing in ZvZ, honestly. I mean, looking through his match history, 2 at Lambo in the Ladder Heroes EU event the other day, 2-3 against Lambo in the qualifier actually of this event, I remember that, but he did 2 Oguru with ease. Who else did he play against? 2-1 Bly in WSG qualifiers. That was a while ago. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do want blind go for SC2. He really is really on top of his ZvZ lady. 3-2 Nurture and go for SC2 back in November. That's obviously pretty impressive. I mean, obviously some of these stats on the old patch, but still, it's ZvZ, especially from old patch to new patch, has just become more macro focused rather than cheesy. There's not really been many other changes, I suppose. So you just see the Silverlord moving around and link speed on the way up for both players at the moment, so feelings coming forwards here from Namshar as well. We're going to see this third hatchery dropping over to the left, and we are going to be seeing the same thing happening on the Reynor side of the map. Okay, and that's coming on up on the natural. It's just building up into this, and I mean, again, we've cast a lot of ZvZs here in a row today, guys, and this has been pretty much the go-to in every game from both players. I mean, last game was a bit more interesting with Reynor kind of skipping into roaches and then going in towards the spire. This game really hasn't got anything of that. It is just the Lingbane setup, and we'll see if one player wants to be more aggressive than the other. But honestly, in terms of who's been aggressive today in each of the series we've seen, TLO was the aggressor mostly against Reynor, and well, Snoop was mostly the aggressor against Namshar, so you might just see these guys more so sitting back and go for a bit more kind of heavy on the drone count, with trying less kind of Lingbane action. Just go straight up in towards those roaches and see what you can do from there. And try and play that out, of course. Things on either side of the map, and really just a safety precaution as Reynor already with the Evo Chamber dropping down in natural. I mean, already opening opportunities to go in towards a fast +1 missiles and upgrade leads. We'll be able to develop from there. He's a couple of workers ahead as well, and it's just these little bits and pieces which add up through the course of the game. And slight advantages of Bane doing off on a couple of lings. I guess better than letting them get away. That really wouldn't have been huge if they had gotten away though at the same time, right? It's the way that both players are playing, neither of them really looking to abuse anything with Wings of Bane, so it's probably a better chance to use it now than later, which is never going to come because both players are going straight into towards roaches. And again, just completely bypassing any sort of like aggression. But actually, here we go, some links from Namshar. I wonder if okay, he does have an Evo Chamber. And it's starting to get to that moment where it's like he's making a bunch, making a Rotron, he's stacking up gas. I missed the Rotron coming down, or the Evo Chamber, sorry, in his production tab, so he is going to go into +1. And there's his last start at pretty much the same time as Reynor's, and again, the only difference right now is that Reynor's about 40 seconds ahead on that +1 missile upgrade, and that really can go a long way sometimes. A single bang can turn around. And he gets the edge of those zones. I mean, if he's gone into the centre, there's going to be this momentum which carries through into a huge advantage already for Reynor, and that's just how cutthroat ZvZ can be. A moment's notice, and all of a sudden, things are gone. Damage is done and the lead is developed. It's not very hard to break yourself if you try and be aggressive in towards a larger army. A larger army that doesn't even have to make more to kind of survive, and so they're just droning in. Yeah, then you have to really macro well and find some opportunities to get damage done. Going into skirmish once again. He has actually quite a few pains from Namshar. He really is turning up the heat the last few moments, but roaches coming out, and especially as roaches hit the +1 attack upgrade, I mean, they're going to be on the 2 shot and lings, so that's going to be kind of fine. Oh, well, Reynor splits very late here and loses 4 workers. Only 4 though in the end is not really too bad. A super late split, and well, honestly, it's going to be a lot worse. There's another Bane going off, and the lings are trying to die for the low health drones. That's now 7 workers, so that's a little bit worse here. That is a little bit of a sloppy one from Reynor, letting another Bane hit the mineral line. He needs to be a little bit careful about that. He was letting Banes hit mineral lines in previous games too, so just needs to be a bit more careful with it as we see Namshar taking about a 10 worker lead off of this. And Reynor just throws down a Spire. He's not going to immediately invest into +2 or anything, and so the upgrade lead that he once had is now dissipating very quickly. As we see road speed is even ahead from Namshar. Big lane run by Reynor goes all the way up in towards the main base. Going to grab a roach as he sees it here. Trying to be aggressive Reynor right now. He's going to see a couple of things running in towards those roaches, and we are going to be seeing these roaches and Reynor's continue to pick his way through these roaches and Namshar. So for now, some decentish trades, but I think reinforcements coming in is going to be, you know, more than enough here for Namshar basically. 5 roaches and Namshar still chasing down these roaches and Reynor, 4 of them, and continue running away towards the upper right hand side, continue to escape. Namshar's really having a good time with this, having roach speed against no roach speed. Feels as though finally we have a game on our hands where Namshar is the one in control. I say finally, but I guess it's only game number 2. +2 start for Namshar as well, but he'll have to back away for now, not really a position he can keep fighting into. I mean, he's evenly matched, and he's got the upgrades coming in. Now they're up meters from Reynor though, and that's maybe going to be one of the turning points of this game. If these meters can get enough done, we'll see it becomes a very interesting scenario. See what happens. You're going to see roaches gathering together. Namshar doesn't want to commit, but as the mutas come out, he'll be pushed back home. Reynor throwing down the Hydra Den behind the mutas, getting ready to go towards the lurkers again, I would imagine, because that's just how he plays this out. And these roaches pulling back down towards the lower left hand side. A 4th hatchery is on the way up, a 4th hatchery from Reynor as well. And the creep spread still just pushing forwards and continuing to develop. It's like 5 roaches here, moving over to the left side. Lucky Dan starts up from Reynor as well, and you've seen the meters grabbing themselves a quick kill on one of these crypt tumors. Lucky Dan is still just coming up, and roaches are going to start pushing their way through this hatchery. So you've seen these roaches in Namshar very quickly to turn that around, so not much that can be done there by Reynor. Again, going into the faster lurkers, we all have seen the Hydras coming out from Namshar, but they had to push back the mutas. Look at this though, roaches and Reynor jump in, they do kill 9 workers. Suddenly Reynor's up 15 workers, but 72 drones is a lot of economy. No wonder he's going up into that 4th base as well. As we just poking and probing at the 4th base of Namshar. 6 of them will be just looking for some drone kills wherever possible, but it becomes difficult over the course of the game. A lot of roaches going over towards the left hand side here. Guys, sorry, Battle.net really wants to update something. Keeps on telling me I'm like, no every time. It will learn. Anyways, roaches push on through and they are going to be starting to pick away here. It's a good little trade initially from Reynor, but he has to back away because Namshar is about to hit the +2 attack upgrade, and obviously that's not something Reynor wants to be fighting into anymore. His fight here picks off, actually doesn't even lose a middlers, but he does pick off the extractor. So many of his units on lowish health here. And it's just going to be seeing roaches, Ravages still pushing across. And still just looking to push on through. I mean, Hydra's getting underneath an Overlord now. It goes down very quickly. And I thought as that goes down, another couple of corrosive fouls will get rid of a creep tumor or so. Nicely done. Namshar developing a position where he's pushing back the creepers of his opponent. But now, lurkers about to come into play. And does Namshar know about the lurkers? I think he might have just seen a glimpse of them. He has to be still very well. Maybe not, because he actually doesn't have a detection here. And look at those initial roaches, man. Can you imagine if this was flying to the Hydras? Can you imagine he held position those lurkers and those roaches ran right on top of them, and then he let them fire? Wow, that would have been a massacre situation. That wouldn't have been pretty at all. 5 drones going down again, those across the map. A lot of roaches counter-attacking from Reynor, and the 3rd base of Namshar is going to go down. There's no way he can save this in time. It's just not a reality, I don't think. Well, actually, maybe he does, simply because Reynor pulls away towards the natural instead, or pulls around the side. Nah, I don't feel as though this should have happened. I feel as though Reynor was a little bit greedy to try and get the units and then maybe try and get in the hatchery. Whereas at the same time, Reynor was taking position on the 4th base, so he'll get this hatchery instead. So he still finds himself a hatch. I mean, he just finds positions with these lurkers that just allow him to... I mean, he just works his way into positions. I mean, what other way is there to say it? Suddenly, Reynor is up 50 supply, and suddenly he's attacking on his left side too. Suddenly, Namshar has 2 bases. Not much of an army in comparison to his opponent. Wow, here's me like, oh yeah, I think Reynor's messing up, but he's actually just put himself in a great position at the same time. Reynor was absolutely killing it here so far. This is crazy. Reynor was an absolute beast in the ZvZ. Like, the way he just pulled Namshar, he just toyed with Namshar here, like, pulled him around this way. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, you know, Namshar's like a cat playing a string. You know, you put the string over one way, the cat chases it, pulls after it, goes for it. Completely disregards anything else, you know, trying to steal its food or anything in the meantime. I don't know, man, like, Namshar is, not having a good one here. His 3rd base is rebuilding. His Reynor just sits on 67 drones, saturated 4 bases. Looking super good right now as a Roach gets taken down. We're going to see a Ravage again picked up as well. And Lucas will burrow. Lucas burrow, we're going to be seeing those Roaches, Ravages, and a couple more Hydras again. Going to get pushed away here. These Roaches is going to jump on top of this army. They're going to continue to pick their way through this, and that really is, guys. I think it's going to be it. Namshar just straight up leaves the game. Not even a GG. Namshar is not always the guy to kind of leave without a GG, honestly, so... Series is already going wrong for Namshar. 0-2 down, and honestly, in the 2nd game, I really felt it was him who was kind of doing everything right for a good long time. And now all of a sudden, here we are. Game 3, and he's defending match point from his opponent, our blue player, Namshar, on the bottom right-hand side. But goddamn, like, what on earth? This guy, this kid to the top left, a 15-year-old. I mean, I think it's really fair to say he's just straight up outplaying people today. Here's Reynor on the upper left-hand side. I mean, it's crazy. Like, this kid is just doing so well. Like, even I didn't see as the observer the movie was making. I'm not, okay, I'm a bit tired, but like, I still, you know, let's be fair, I didn't see it. The kind of attack on the left, just positional lurkers on the right, and suddenly Namshar can't attack into him, or when he does, he just dies. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Well, let's see if he can just have a flawless run here in terms of bracket play, in terms of playoffs. He didn't have a flawless run in the groups, but he could definitely go without dropping the map in the playoffs through these ZvZs, getting 2-0 by 3-0 against TLO. Reynor on the top left is really looking to start some magic. Alright guys, we're going to be kicking this off in a few moments time and really getting into it. Where can I see who gifted me a sub? Asks Dr. Evil. You can probably go Twitch notifications will tell you who gifted you the sub. I would try and find it, but I just can't quite see it. I think it was way long ago. It was like 3 or 4 hours ago. It was a long time ago. It's 54 Pathon. 5 hours ago, Dr. Evil. It was a good long time. But there you go, that's who it was. As we do see a fairly standard ZvZ open once again, so maybe my chances to sell out one last time tonight, guys. If you're enjoying the stream, well, straight up and simply hit the follow button to see when we're going live in the future. Obviously, if you want to support further, then you can. But do check out the Match Arena page, a way for you guys to support the players of this event as well. Any donations on the Match Arena page do go directly to the players. So 2-0 lead for Reynor. He could be about to just straight up win this. He's going into the Bane Nest. No Bane Nest from Namshar. He's currently flooding lanes. Maybe he goes into a Rotron behind. Maybe Namshar's just sick of this going late game. Maybe he's just ready to end this early or try and take a lead early to actually just try and close this out, because so far it's not been pretty. And there it is, the Rotron coming down super quick here with a lot of gas banking up. It definitely looks to be a possibility, right? As Reynor 5 workers ahead, obviously initially here looking to defend. He wants to try and keep this third hatch alive, and make a good job of it while he goes for it, as we do see one Bane already cancelled here. Lings will engage in, force the Lings off the hatchery. Back and forth play now will happen. A little bit of, okay, attack me, no, okay, attack the hatchery. So a lot of Lings though, I don't think he's going to be able to buy time for Baneling to come out, so he is going to lose the third hatchery, and red from the get-go. And you see Namshar starting to run it behind us, but Baneling coming forwards, and we'll get a connection at least to help out. I mean, Reynor will be able to counter-attack here, but again, without a third hatch, he starts to rebuild that. The Queen tries to get Crypt Tumor down, but it doesn't happen. And that's a shame, actually. So Queen doesn't really want to go back to the natural because it takes so long to walk there, so Crypt Tumor helps out a lot in terms of mobility around the map. As now Namshar, we're losing a few Lings, but he's making those roaches, of course, and he's getting ready for what is just wave 2 of this pressure. Up on drones at the moment, and while up on drones, he's also going to be kind of going into a huge army supply advantage. It's definitely something that'll help him out. There's a few Lings diving for the main base, but Reynor's not going to let them get in there and just morph into those Banes or whatever they want to do. He's going to start picking those off. He's morphing in Banes of his own. He's actually a couple of drones of Namshar in the middle of the map. And that's Reynor going to grab himself a couple of kills right away. And now he sees those roaches as well. Does he really want to fight this? A few Lings actually grabbing themselves a Queen on the third base as well. Never count Reynor out is what I'm learning here today. Because right now he's already starting to engineer himself a way back into the game where he lost his third hatchery just moments ago. And that third hatchery from Namshar taking a couple of nibbles, and now we're going to see as he pulls over to this side, he tries to go in towards the natural, and we'll see these roaches going to be coming in to help. The roaches a little bit split up, as we're just going to see the Lingers diving for the drones. 3 workers killed and pulling back Namshar down, and 3 workers or so now. 3 drones instantly though, and well, Reynor just getting up into his own roach run in the meantime. Getting set up into his own next stage of this. A few more Banes morphing in on the left hand side. We're going to see an Evo chamber up for both players. So a lot of Banes actually still coming in here from Reynor. He's just a couple workers down. There's a counter-attack in towards the third, and oh my god, the roaches are so out of position. Instantly, it's going to be a couple of drones at least, so he's going to get the Queen. Does he go for the hatch? Honestly, he probably could get this here. I mean, I guess Ling's coming back. A lot more Lings going across the map, but this third hatch is getting low. If he dances around, it's very possible he can actually maybe take it down. I mean, it's so low that he can probably just turn it or hit it with another run back, like maybe with these Zerglings as he now runs in towards the natural and the main base. Reynor starting to be all over the place all over again. He's only just starting up his roach run now. I actually honestly thought he had one built up already. A couple drones starting to drop. That main base mineral line is under attack too. Oh, this Queen's so low but doesn't go down yet. But there is the pickoff going in on the third hatch. Is he going to have enough in time? He's got 4 more Lings committing onto it. He gets the kill. Third hatchery dies. Queen in the main just survives. A few drones going down. Reynor ahead in workers, and as soon as he hits the roach run, his roach count is going to be there as well, because he's got 212 gas already lined up. He's got the overlords ready up until 92, or up until 90, so he's got everything he needs here. There's a few spines on the way from Reynor as well, just preparing, knowing that a counter-attack is possibly inevitable. And so he just prepares for that already with spine crawlers to defend, just in case, realizing, or feeling as though he has a lead to be able to do that with, and I think it's justified. Then you see Namshar throwing down a Bane, and so what does Namshar go for? Does he just go like Roach Bane to try and end this now? You know, Namshar is just starting up the third hatch again, but it's something you might just have to do anyways, just in case you don't quite end the game. Just poking away and grabbing themselves a couple more Zergling kills once again here, as Reynor will find himself having to back away through up this top side. This one missile attack from Reynor was on the way up as well. Again, a lot of units just gathering up over to the right here. A couple of Ravagers, a lot of Roaches, a couple of Banes morphing in. And the third hatchery is coming up to being about halfway done. And more Banes going to finish up to the side. And, well, here we go. Lings, a couple of Ravagers, these Roaches. Starting to move across over to the far left and getting ready to go. Meanwhile, I mean, it's just tacking up here from Reynor. He's up on 52 workers against 35. His army supply is down by only about 10, honestly. And obviously, if he buys a little bit... And he's got the triple spine crawler, remember, actually. He's got a triple spine crawler as well. That's huge. Actually, I mean, if Reynor just buys time a little bit, of course, he gets into those +1 as part of his defense, or as part of his advantage to play out from. Some Lings from the side, actually going to grab themselves a Ravager. A couple of Banes going down as well, and pushing down this side. Reynor is already taking the supply lead. He's already pushed this away. Look at the Micro and the Lings grabbing the Ravager, stopping it from backing away properly. I think Reynor's done it. He's going to have +1 in a moment. He's got his spines positioning further forwards. Namshar's completely committed to this attack. I mean, now he starts droning again. 15 workers down. God, does he have to get some damage done? The Banes come in. They go for the mineral line. Reynor splits away. 5 workers is a good first catch. Roach speed starts up instantly here from Reynor as well. Reynor's just completely defended this. 5 workers is nothing considering he's still up by, what, like 16? +2 starts from him as well. He's just going to keep that upgraded lead, which is huge in this game. And Reynor is looking to go 3-0 in the grand finals and to win this tournament. What an absolute legend. I mean, I just don't even know what else to say. A tournament of Snoot, Nurture, Showtime, TLO, Euthermal, Bly, Namshar. You know, all of these titans of the European scene. And Reynor is going to come out on top. Like, really, I mean, what can I say? Probably the last. I don't know. I know Reynor was good, but I just don't imagine him winning these events sometimes, I guess. And maybe I should have more belief. I think counterattack from Namshar. It's cute, it's nice. Again, I mean, we're talking about the fact he's got +1. I actually feel Namshar could have committed across the map here. Sorry, Reynor could have committed across the map here. And he actually does pull back, but he's also going to deal with it anyways eventually. Just takes him a few seconds. Now he goes across once more as roach speed completes. Well, how long has he got? 34 seconds-ish? 30 seconds from now until that +1 is in game for Namshar. If you can just start the fight with +1 even. I mean, he's 30 army supply ahead. It's very difficult for Namshar to do anything about this. The way this game went has already more or less dictated how this fight's going to go, and well, a few roaches here have to pull away. That's already Reynor trying to send a few units in a different direction, set them up, and corrosive bowels coming down. I mean, Namshar has a few Ravagers mixed in, which are nice. They definitely help, but I mean, they're just going to get picked away very quickly. And Reynor peeling away a couple of roaches to the side and just targeting those down at the start of the fight as well was helpful. Reynor is just going to crush his way through this, and that's going to be GG. This is going to be a 3-0 victory. Reynor's going to take the series. I'm just honestly somewhat speechless. Like, this was just a destruction roll from Reynor. 2-0, 3-0, 3-0. Only lost to Euthermal in groups, and he did take a map still in that one. I mean, we've been hyping this kid up for a while. We've been saying he's the next big thing, but I really think he's maybe even more than just the next big thing, if that's even possible. Units streaming in, and he's about to hit +2 attack as well, so he's about to have an upgrade lead again for, well, I mean, Namshar's not even going to get a chance to start in the game. He doesn't have the money to. Namshar's just staying in it, probably in a bit of disbelief, like, what am I meant to do against this kid? He's just too good. GG, well played, congrats! Reynor walking away from this with just over $300 in prize money as he finishes this tournament 3-0, and just like that.